Well, hello everybody and welcome. Thanks for watching. Today's topic, ranking the Rockabilly albums in my collection. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that these are the best Rockabilly albums ever. What I am doing is saying these are the Rockabilly albums in my collection and this is how I rank them. All right, from the bottom to number one. Also, just in case some of you may beef, hey, that band's not Rockabilly. Well, you know what? When I categorize my albums, that's the best spot for them. So to me, they are Rockabilly genre. Take it or leave it, right? Okay, so here we go. Let's check it out. I don't even have a proper 10 Rockabilly albums. So we're going to start with number 9. Ranking number 9, Jimmy and the Mustangs. This is Jimmy and the Mustangs' debut album. They played around LA for a while. I saw them play live and picked up their album because of that. Favorite cut on here, they do a cover of Justine, which I think is great. Always been my favorite song of theirs. Number 9, Jimmy and the Mustangs. Number 8, coming up, Robert Gordon. Love his voice, love his vocal style. Kind of a little bit Elvis-y thrown in there as well. See, some people might argue Robert Gordon's not Rockabilly, but the songs on this album are Rockabilly enough that it ends up in that genre. And R.I.P. to Robert Gordon, who passed away not too long ago, like maybe a month ago or something. Never saw him play. Okay, number 7. Rant and Rave from the Stray Cats. Rant and Rave. I think this is like their 4th album, possibly. I'm guessing at that. This one, they kind of they are trying to break away from the Rockabilly genre being tied into it and starting to bust out. Setzer is starting to write songs that are going to drive us into the big band era and kind of stretch it out into bigger, different sounds for the Stray Cats. It's not a bad album, but it's my least favorite of the Stray Cats albums that I own. Next up, number 6, I believe this is number 6, Jimmy and the Mustangs, follow-up album to their debut that we saw earlier. Okay, Jimmy and the Mustangs. More cuts on here are more appealing to me, and this calls for more replays, more respins than that debut album does. Jimmy and the Mustangs, though. Okay, here we go. Number 5, I believe. Number 5, Built for Speed, Stray Cats. This album introduced the Stray Cats to USA. And you might say that, I think it's fair to say that this album introduced Rockabilly to a large audience in the USA. Them and MTV had a lot to do with it as well. The Strength of Stray Cat Blues and Rock This Town, those videos were in heavy rotation, and suddenly everybody was Greaser. Stray Cats, Built for Speed. This is actually a compilation of the Stray Cats' first 2 albums that were released in England. And then they combined those, kind of did like greatest hits thing, and released it here in the USA. Number 4, The Blasters, their debut album. I'm a big fan of The Blasters. Rockabilly sound, bar band sound, great vocals. They're a great band live. I've seen them play live. Blasters, love them. You know, it's funny. One of my friends listened to the Blasters on another earlier video I had done where I talked about them. He didn't like them. Sorry about that, bud. But hey, I like the Blasters. So there you go. Their debut album comes in at number 4 for me. Number 3 favorite album, Rockabilly genre, is Stray Cats. This is a British import. I'm also very happy that I picked up this British import at the used record store. This is Stray Cats Gonna Ball from England. Still has the sticker. This is like a detachable sticker on here that you can take off and go stick somewhere with the Stray Cats hype on it. So I love this album. High energy, rockabilly, and I also like the bit about it that it's, you know, comes straight from England. So that's why this is number 3. Okay, top 3 rounding out. Top number 2 favorite rockabilly album. Oops, excuse me, I dropped that. Number 2 favorite rockabilly album, King Bees. This is the King Bees' second release. And man, I saw the King Bees a whole bunch of times live. They used to play around LA a lot. Maybe sentimental favorites is why I like them. But I also like the way that they kind of stretch out the rockabilly genre as well. And not everything is so straightforward rockabilly tune like those early Stray Cats were. So King Bees, I love their melodies. I love their playing. I love the singing. Songs are catchy, lyrics are great sing-along songs. King Bees' second album. Number 1, my all-time favorite rockabilly album, bam, King Bees again, this being their debut. Again, everything that I said about album number 2 for King Bees goes here. Debut album, great. Grab this if you can see it. If you only own one of those out of all that list of mine, I would even suggest, you know, pass up those Stray Cats that get played on the radio all the time. Go with the King Bees. King Bees got a lot of radio play on K-Rock out of Pasadena back in the day. That's probably, maybe I heard them on the radio and then went to go see them, or vice versa. But either way, like I mentioned, we used to go out and see these guys play a lot. If we saw them on the playbill, we were there that weekend seeing them play. And so if you went to a King Bee show back in the day, you probably saw me and my pals there. All right, that's my top 10 rockabilly albums in my collection. Thanks for watching, everybody. Next time, I'm anticipating another albums ranked from a different genre in my record collection. All right, we'll see you later, everybody. Have a good weekend. Peace.